And now for something completely different.
But again, that's what the world is like. People take everything personally. I think the world revolves around them, right? Particularly on Twitter, right? I don't know, I'm not tweeting anyone, I'm just tweeting, okay? I don't know who's following me. I've got 12 million followers. I don't know who's following me. They can be following me without me knowing, right? Choose to read my tweet and then take that personally. That's like going into a town square, seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons, and you go, but I don't fucking want guitar lessons. Alright, there's a number here, right, for all that, right? Are you giving me guitar lessons? Yeah. I don't fucking want any! Fine, it's not for you then, just walk away. Don't worry about it. I don't know if you're affected by the volcanic ash cloud, but I had friends that were stuck all over the world and they missed weddings and funerals and they had to put themselves up in a hotel for extra days that they hadn't budgeted for, and they couldn't get their money back because the airlines were saying, no, we can't pay you because the insurance companies won't pay us because they're saying it's an act of God. Well, what isn't an act of God? Look, if you believe in God, that's sort of a definition of him, isn't it? That he does everything. Isn't that right? Everything is an act of him. He's all-powerful, he's everywhere at once. He invented everything. There was nothing before him. He invented time, everything. He's across it all, okay? He doesn't miss a trick, and he's not absent-minded. A volcano going off isn't like him going, fuck, I left the oven on. You know, it's... And who are these insurance companies that can decide what is and isn't an act of God? How do they know, okay? Have they got a hotline to God? They call him up, do they? Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Could I speak to God, please? Speaking. Oh, I didn't think you'd answer the phone yourself. What do you want? Oh, that volcanic ash cloud. Was that you? Yeah. Yes, that was an act of me, all right. So I shouldn't pay out. No, don't fucking pay him a penny, son. No. Brilliant, brilliant. While I've got you here, did you make a tree fall on Steve Baxter's car? There's a lot of Steve Baxters. Steve Baxter, 2 Acacia Road, Hounslow. It happened at 2:15 on the 3rd of June this year. 2:15, 3rd of June. No, that wasn't me. I was in Africa that day giving AIDS to babies. He does everything. He does everything. I have never worked out the moral to Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. All I can think is, don't sit on a wall if you're an egg. But again, how is that applicable to a 5-year-old human? I mean, you tell that to a group of 5, oh, so don't sit on a wall if you're an egg. Oh, what do you mean if I'm an egg? I'm not an egg. It doesn't make sense. If I'm an egg, none of us are eggs. If there was an egg there, it wouldn't make sense. Because you go to the egg, don't sit on a wall, you go, I'm an egg, I can't eat, I've got nothing. I've got no ears, no eyes, I don't know what the fuck. What? Don't sit on a wall, I can't fucking hear, I've got nothing. This is, I'm in nothingness. I can't fucking climb walls for a start. Of course they couldn't put him together again. They've got no dexterity whatsoever. They can't sew to save their life. They've got no thumbs, let alone opposable thumbs. Don't send a horse, it's delicate. An egg? We've got a cracked egg. Should we send a horse? Definitely not. Have you got a doctor or someone who works for Fabergé? Don't. We've got like a half-a-ton creature with no fingers. No. Don't send that. Got a 4-legged thing with like that. No chance. They can't. Couldn't put on. They couldn't scrub up. They can't. Imagine, there's an egg, delicate egg. Horse comes over, fucked. It couldn't, they wouldn't even think of fucked. That's it. They wouldn't even see it. They go over there, what? Fucked, that's it. Wouldn't even, you couldn't explain it to it. Don't send, it's ridiculous. If I had to design the perfect egg crushing device, it would be a hoof. I need this, as a cracked egg, I need it crushing completely. Hoof. The hoof's great. Don't send doesn't matter whether they're the king's horses or not. Certainly don't send all of them. That's going to be chaos. If there was one horse with a little bit of nous, he did like 1 year before he got kicked out of Harvard. He could I know the rudimentaries, they're all fuck it off, for fuck's sake. They're fucking all over it. Fucked. It's definitely fucked now. What if we'd have invaded by France that day? And bloke comes running up the hill and goes, are you in charge of all the king's horses? All the king's men? Yep. French are coming. What? The French are coming. Where are all the king's horses? I sent them to mend an egg. You dopey cunt. What do you mean you sent them to mend a fucking egg? Oh. If your surname is Dumpty, don't call your firstborn Humpty. What sort of a stigma is that? For a kid that's already an egg? Have the piss ripped out of him. I bet he jumped off the wall.
We'll be right back after this.
Passions deeper. An elegant yet ripped young boy finds a mech battlesuit and must mate with a cute gang of robotic pirate girls to save Earth.
Ooh, you have nice mech battlesuit.
Watch out, she's hungry.
Feel the power of the animated wind. Watch Tokyo tremble as a renegade team of barely dressed manga wildcats fight robotic creatures with only a small caliber handgun and slow-motion fists of fury.
The ring, you whore.
The anime storytelling event of the decade. Oh, and enormous breasts.
Oh no!
Full Robo Hickey Hurry mech battlesuit in theaters now.
Get back to pressing issues.
Hey, can I say something?
No, I'm still pissed off with you, you shoulder pad wearing shyster.
Hey! Back down, Buster, before I bust your balls. No confrontation. As they say in the movies, I'm a man of peace. I'm done killing. Work with me.
What do you want? A broken nose? Some speed in your eye? You're pushing me, man. I'm Maurice Chavez.
I know who you are. You used to be a clown. I saw you at a bar mitzvah once. You had a great act. What, did you get tired of kids kicking you in the shin? Still, you were a first-class talent.
I was?
Yes, great. But you lacked something.
I did?
Yeah, confidence, friend, confidence. You were all shot up with nerves.
I'd like to be all shot up with embalming fluid.
That can be arranged. We're talking about me, not Mr. Constantino Smith.
Yes, confidence. It's where it all begins. Positive thinking. What are we talking about today, Maurice?
I forget. Morality or no, violence. No. That not a guy without any clothes. Yes, you're right. Positive thinking.
Exactly, friend. We're talking about you, Maurice Chavez. You couldn't cut it as a clown, but you're great, and I mean great, as a public radio host. It takes a lot of work to be uppity and self-important all the time. Every camp I go in, the guys love you.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, don't thank me, thank yourself. You've learned something, then you started something, and now you're doing it. That's what it's all about.
It is?
Yes, you thought your way to success. It's a 3-step program based on studying successful people. Like me. Or maybe learning start doing is a little too intense for you. Maybe you should just think, hold that thought, complete. I never had anyone complain about that program.
Stop that.
Hey, I engage with you, friend, and you're exchanging with me. I cover this in my second tape. One is a positive action as practiced by successful people like salesmen or prostitutes, and the other is a negative action as practiced by failures like winos and judges.
What?
Stop interrupting me. You gotta open your ears and close your mouth. It's very important. I tell my old lady that all the time. I say, hey, I don't want to hear no complaining. I come home with piles of cash every night, and all you do is bitch. The learning starts in here and ends when we open this. Doing is a whole other story, but we'll come to that. Now, all you have to do is call me right away at 866-434-SELF, and for just one monthly payment, I will change your life forever. I promise you. I'll supply you with all the materials you'll need to completely change the way you see the world. Guaranteed.
Oh, so stop right now. This is a debate program, not an infomercial.
Hey, that's a great idea. Listen, friend, I mean this in a friendly way. Debating is a yes or no proposition. You need to open your mind to the maybes. We're discussing like friends, not debating like enemies. You see the difference?
Yes, I do. I think it's so much fun to be on the radio. I'd listen more, but someone stole my radio when they killed my foster family.
I hate everyone, apart from the undead. They're the only ones you can really get along with.
Well, that's a start. But even you, Mr. Long Hair and Pale Skin, I can change your outlook. Guaranteed.
That's so great. I like puppies.
I saw some dead puppies once.
And now for something completely different.
I remember when my parents would drag me along in these little errand things, is when they would, sometimes in front of a store, they would have like the 2 red metal horses. Do you remember those? And I would get so excited, because that was something for kids. Mom, they got them here, Mom. Mom, come back, they got them right here. A dime, 1 dime, that's all I need. But I can't remember, what I can't remember is what is the fun of those rides? What was the fun? To vibrate for a minute and a half, is that it? Just sit on there and go, You get off, I feel 1,000% better, Mom. Thank you very much. I feel totally refreshed and revitalized. In fact, I'm ready to go to the wallpaper store now. You want to go back there? Lamps, furniture, I'm into it. Let's roll. Because that's what happens with parents. What happens, actually, is that the roles begin to reverse with you and your parents. You know that moment? I don't know when it happens. There's just that moment that all of a sudden you're in the mall and you're in charge and they wander around the store like little ducklings. You know that moment? All of a sudden, you're running around, Mom, we lost Dad. He's down by the tools. Dad, Mom is going to be over there. Do you want to get it together, or do you want to meet later? And they're just quack, 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 quack. I want to cross the street. The light is changing. Dad, stay up with Mom. The light is changing. Go ahead, Mom. I'll get Dad. Dad, go ahead. The light. They have ice cream over there, too. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Come on. I personally do not like family gatherings. I'm not too good at it. I don't like being there. You know what they're going to say? It doesn't matter what the subject of conversation is. It always ends on the same line. It doesn't matter whether it's controversial, mundane. One of them always kind of perks up and goes, well, what are you going to do?
We'll be right back after this.
Weasel News.
Congress has renewed and extended the Jingoism Act at the request of the president, saying that we must fight terrorism at home. Citizens responded to the news.
They're only taking away freedoms you don't use anyway. What, you want the terrorists to win?
Hey, what do I care? I'm not doing anything wrong. I mean, apart from the occasional joint or fiddling with my tax return or helping my sister move that merchandise she found. Oh yeah, and banging hookers.
Also in patriotism news, brought to you by the hit TV show 72, counterterrorism officials are setting up a new task force to deal with the rising Eastern European crime wave in Liberty City.
In other terror news, a scare in Midtown as a warning horn sent tourists running in panic as a green smoke was emitted. Officials indicated the horn is a new deodorant only meant to terrorize the ladies.
I'd like to spray some in your face.
I wish you would. The body of ship captain Zorba Philippidis was found floating in the Humboldt yesterday. An autopsy has revealed dangerous amounts of alcohol in his system.
At first I thought it was a whale, like that one that got beached on Happiness Island last summer. I brought my kids over to take a look, then I saw it was a body. God, I'm so stupid. I can't believe they let me breed.
Captain Philippidis was in charge of the platypus, a vessel that recently docked at Easthook Bay. The rest of the crew are currently unaccounted for. Authorities are making inquiries. More people fall unconscious to Weasel News than any other news source.
This is Weasel News.
Are you ready to live the real estate dream?
In this city, it's about affordable prestige condo once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
Feinberg and Van Wyck International Realty. Whether you're new on the market or an old wreck,
We'll take your dream to the limits of prestige in a spacious loft or an outstanding penthouse vision.
it's a 500-square-foot glass-coated box in the sky with windows that won't open and a doorman that masturbates in your bed while you're at work. Only $3 million, only 3 blocks from the ghetto.
This is an up-and-coming opportunity for the go-getter. Take your future by the throat, throttle it, get mortgaged to the hilt, take no prisoners.
Feinberg and Van Wyck International Realty. We cleared the slums and made the city unaffordable to people except go-getters like you.
Prestige, prestige, prestige. You can be what you want to be, your way, every day.
Visit FeinbergandVanWyck.com.